"A bit of both, I reckon. I see ye still dress English,"
Graeme returned, debating whether to push past the Maxwell's nephew or wait for an invitation.
"Good for ye, Arthur. I thought after the Duke's dealings with Lattimer he might have ordered ye to stop wearing Sassenach clothes."
Arthur Maxwell squared his shoulders. "That's fairly bold talk, Maxton. I dare ye to repeat it in there." Shifting out of the way, he indicated the depths of the morning room. Keeping his own expression neutral and his work gloves clenched in his left hand, Graeme walked into the room. "Your Grace," he said, inclining his head. As the Duke of Duncraig turned from gazing out the front window, Graeme took a swift measure of everyone else in the room. His younger brother, Douglas, sent him a relieved look, which told him the 14-year-old at least had the sense to know that the Maxwells' visit here rarely boded anything but trouble. He knew all but one of the other men crowded into the small room. 5 of the Maxwells' bruisers, all related to the Duke in one way or another, and ready to bloody, shoot, or set fire to anything their master looked at sideways. The other one had the same look about him, and Graeme shifted his attention back to the Duke and the stiff-spined other man who stood close by the Maxwell, no doubt ready to wipe Duncraig's arse if asked to do so.
"Ye took your time getting here," the Duke stated,
his green eyes flat and emotionless beneath a shock of white hair.
"I was moving a plough, and the handle cracked,"
Graeme returned, stepping over to tousle his younger brother's brown mop of hair and shove the lad toward the door.
"Ye owe me some arithmetic, as I recall,"
he said for good measure. Once his brothers were out of immediate danger, he would deal with what seemed to be a hostile visit, another hostile visit from his clan chief.
"You're ploughing your own fields now, are ye, Maxton?"
the Maxwell's arse-wiper drawled.
"Do ye milk the cows and cut the peat yourself as well?"
Graeme kept his gaze on the steely-eyed Duke.
"I reckon ye brought Sir Hamish with ye as your jester, but as we both ken, we are nae friends. I'd prefer if ye'd forego the theatrics and tell me what's brought ye out here."
Sir Hamish Polk's heavy face folded into a scowl.
"That's bold talk for a chieftain who cannae pay his own tithing, ye damned, considering ye just lost the tithes and loyalty of all the tenants of the Duke of Latimer's 10,000 acres. I suggest ye nae go about insulting your remaining clansmen, your Grace,"
Graeme cut in,
"or allowing your other chieftains to do so." "Sir Hamish doesnae have my patience," Duncraig returned. "I find myself more curious over what else ye think ye ken about the goings-on at Latimer. I'd have thought ye had enough of your own worries, what with 3 younger brothers and a large patch of poorly protected land of your own."
The Maxwell moved closer.
"I reckon it's helpful that ye do know an English duke has taken our ancestral land and turned a good handful of our own against us."
That wasn't all Graeme had heard, but repeating rumours about the Maxwell failing to purchase Latimer and then resorting to sabotage and threats in an attempt to turn the tenants against their lord, which efforts hadn't turned out at all well for Duncraig, seemed a very poor idea at the moment.
"And why is that?"
he settled for asking.
"Because I'm feeling a particular dislike for Gabriel Forrester, the damned Duke of Latimer, and I'm inclined to feel a particular generosity toward any of my clan who might discover anything useful against him, or who might cause Latimer a measure of consternation. Do ye ken what I'm saying, Graeme?" "Aye, and I've nae liking for any Sassenach."